Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Friday the 4th of May 2018. I'm Darren Sinden, and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes and price moves we need to be aware of. I just want to flag a couple of diverging trends. First of all, the Aussie dollar continuing to recover against its US counterparts, up by 0.22% over the last 24 hours. However, the New Zealand dollar moving in the opposite direction and struggling to maintain a firmer footing against the US currency and down by 0.24% against the US dollar. There are gains for the dollar elsewhere as well against the Indian rupee, up by around 0.24% there, and a gain of 0.4% for the US currency against the Korean won. For its part, the dollar was off the top as expressed by dollar index 92.42. The trade-weighted US dollar was trading shortly before we filmed the video. Right, what's on the calendar today? Events that may move the markets. A pretty busy calendar, but with one key event slap bang in the middle. We've already had Caixin China Services and Composite PMI data for April, and we'll look at that in a bit more detail momentarily. To come, we have PMI data out of Spain at 7:15, and then at 7:55, Services and Composite PMI data out of Germany, and that's followed at 8 o'clock GMT by Services and Composite data for the wider Eurozone, perhaps a chance to infer something about the European numbers from the German figures 5 minutes earlier this morning. Then we jump forward to 12:30 GMT and to perhaps the most important number of the week as far as sentiment's concerned anyway, and that is the non-farm payrolls and the labour situation reports, including average hourly earnings, unemployment rate, labour force participation, as well as the headline job creation numbers. At 1300 then, hot on the heels of the NFP numbers, we will have a speech by the German Bundesbank President Jens Wiedmann. At 1600 it will be the turn of the Fed's William Dudley to speak. 1700 sees the release of the influential Baker Hughes US oil rig count. And then at 1900 tonight GMT we'll have a speech from FOMC member Esther Williams. And finally at 21:30 her colleague Juarez will be speaking to close proceedings for this week. Right then, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. First of all, China's April composite PMI comes in at 52.3, up from March's 4-month low of 51.8. The number was boosted by the services component, but the figure fell short of forecasts of 53.4. So good news, but not as good as it could have been. Wall Street gyrated wildly last night in a 400-point range during what I would describe as a polarised session ahead of today's key non-farm payroll releases. UK car sales have risen by 10% in April, breaking 12 months of consecutive declines. And Argentina has raised rates for the second time in a week to 33.25% in an effort to defend the Argentine peso, in what could be the first signs of higher rates of emerging market stress. Right, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day. Why not think about this? Ahead of this afternoon's non-farm payroll release, we'll take a quick look at the recent trends in both job creation and hourly earnings. Earnings have risen after a sharp dip in the autumn 2017, and you can see that here in the dotted line. But job creation has been erratic and tailed off over the course of 2018 to date. And here's the job creation line, and as you can see it's tailed off during 2018. Forecasts are for 192,000 new jobs and average hourly earnings of 0.2%. Please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks or the suitability of leverage products for yourself, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative. Thank you for your time.